Okay, I wanted to have a conversation today. It's a problem I keep running into that I'm sure that I'm not the only person running into it. But you spend a lot of time and money and restoring these cars, and you do the body work, the motor work, the interior work, and you spend a lot of time, and then you get all through with it, and you think you're really almost ready, and you open the trunk up and say, oh man, I gotta address this. And so you try to figure out what is it that it's supposed to look like. Well, that's spatter paint. Most of all these cars came with spatter paint. And so you drive down to the paint store, and at the automotive paint store, or any store, and you buy this spatter paint. The problem is 90% of it is water-based. So it looks really good as long as it stays dry. But if you ever have a leakage or something spills, or your trunk, sweats, which I've had the issues of all of those, then the spatter paint begins to smear and wipe off, and it just doesn't look good anymore, and it looks just crappy. So I haven't found it anywhere that you can find an enamel spatter paint. I'm sure there's some out there. I just don't know where it's at. So I came up with my own solution. It seems pretty good, and what I do is I take a semi-flat black enamel paint, and I just paint the whole trunk with that. And then I come back with preferably a light green or a white, or a lot of times I use just sandable primer because it sticks and it's not coming off. And then I'll take the little red, and I can show you what I'm talking about. On the spray button on the can, there's a little bitty red tab that's stuck in there, and I'll show it to you. You pop that off, hold that can back just about 12 inches, and it will just splatter that trunk pretty much like it came from the factory. Now I've got an old fender well over here that I'm gonna demonstrate on. I pulled it out of the back. I think it came off of a 70 Chevelle, but I'm not ready to do this trunk on this car yet. I got to clean all of this water base out of here. So that's a whole day job, but I got to get all of that out. But I did go get a fender well, and I'm just going to kind of give you an example of what I'm talking about, and hopefully this will help somebody out there. I wish I'd have known about it a long time ago. I just stumbled up on this, and it works really great, and I've tried it. You can get a hose pipe on it, and it's not going to wash off. This is kind of an example I'm talking about here. I've got this. I spattered this trunk back several years ago, and it looked really good when I did it. But you can see right there, that's where it got wet, and this spatter paint began to just smear and smear, and it hadn't rushed through or anything. It's just surface rust. Anyway, it just doesn't do a good job, that water base. So I just want to give you an example of what I'm talking about. Okay, here's the end that I took off. Right here, that's what I'm talking about. That little red cap right there. I can't hold the camera and pop it off, but you just stick a little bitty razor blade right up under that edge, and that thing will pop right off of there. And when you do, it just leaves a big gaping hole there, considering how small this cap is. And then of course you just stick your cap back up on the sprayer. So anyway, that's kind of what it looks like when you get that out of there. Anyway, that's kind of what the finished product looks like right there. And like I said, this is just an old junky fender well I pulled out just to give you folks a idea of what it looks like. But hey, it works great for me, and like I said, I hope it helps some of you. Anyway, I appreciate you watching, and like I said, I really hope this helps somebody out there. It's really worked well for me so far. And you know, the price of the spatter paint, I haven't bought in a while, but I remember it was kind of pricey. Those 2 cans there were like $9 a piece, and you know, about a can and a half of both will do a complete trunk and have a little left over. So, but anyway, like I said, I hope this helps somebody. I've really struggled with this for a while until I got it figured out. So listen, y'all be careful out there, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that like button. Thanks for watching.